we're reviewing Learning Target 6.1. I can explain the concepts of energy and heat. So before we start, I want to identify the main ideas about energy. So energy is the ability to do work. And what I mean by work is to be able to move something. So the more you can move something, the more energy you have to exert. So if I want to move something 5 feet and my friend wants to move something 10 feet, he's going to have to use more energy. Okay? Heat is related to energy. Heat is, let me get a different color. Heat is the transfer of energy. So heat is when energy transfers from one thing to another. Okay, it is the energy that is in the total molecular motion of a substance. So if you can measure the energy of all the molecular interactions in a substance, that would be the heat. Temperature is a different thing. So a lot of people think that heat equals temperature. Because when you heat something up, the temperature rises. That is not true. Heat does not equal temperature. Temperature is the average kinetic energy in a substance. Heat depends on a lot of different things, but it is not equal to temperature. You can heat something up and the temperature will rise, but something will have temperature without transferring energy to something. For instance, I'm sitting here right now, and the room is about the same temperature as me. That means the room is 98 degrees Fahrenheit. I am not transferring any heat to the room, and the room is not transferring any heat to me. So there is no heat transfer, yet we both have temperature. We both have a temperature. Okay? The individual example for Learning Target 6.1 asks you to relate heat to energy and tell me how it's different from temperature. So pause the video here and try it on your own. Okay, so the first question is, how is heat related to energy? So that is just the definition of heat. And we remember that heat is the transfer of energy. Okay, so that's our first answer. So heat is the transfer of energy. So that is the answer to that one. So we'll check that one off. Now, how is it different from temperature? So I'm going to have us consider two different scenarios. The first of which, I'm going to have a cold object and a hot object. They both have temperature. One has a cold temperature. One has a hot temperature. When I bring them together, and they are touching, there is heat. There is a transfer of energy that we call heating from the hot object to the cold object, because we know that heat flows from hot to cold. So this is an example of heating. Now I want you to consider a different example. Example 2. This time I'm going to have one hot circle and another hot circle. They are the exact same temperature. Okay? If I bring these together and they are touching each other, is there any heat? There will be no heating because there is not a temperature difference. So therefore there is no transfer of energy, which is what heat is. So hopefully this little example was able to help you understand how it is different from temperature.